With the ever-changing landscape to college basketball, more and more teams are diving into our player search and watch lists to help them manage the year-round effort. Let's dive into both of these tools and show you how to use them. As you can see on my screen, we're already in the player search tool. Here is where you're going to be able to utilize any criteria to break down your search to see all of the players in college basketball. Right here, you can see I have it set to Division 1, but we have every division all the way down to the JUCO level as well that you can utilize and search for those players. Down below, you're able to differentiate between conference or team and utilize any player info to break down your search. For my search, I'm going to go ahead and look for any bigs in the country. So let's look at all of our forwards and centers. You can break it down based on year, height, mins and maxes, as well as weight. So let's go ahead and have 6'8" as our minimum. Then down below you have our location feature. So here you're able to pick just a home city or state, but also utilize our proximity tool. Here you can go ahead and look for players who have a hometown that is within a certain amount of miles from a certain city or your current location if you use this green button. So I'm going to go ahead and say 200 miles within Dallas. And then down below, we have the ability to sort by a certain stat for our list. So I want my list to be points per game, high to low. Then if I click add a statistical filter, I only want to see players who had a certain amount of rebounds per game. I'll pick rebounds per game is greater than 3.0. If you utilize any percentage stat here, just make sure you use the decimal. So if you're looking for 3-point shooters that shot better than 35%, use 0.35 instead of 35. Now we can go ahead and click search, and this will return however many players match all of the criteria that you can see above here. So we have 26 players that match that search. Down below, you're going to see all the players that match, as well as any of their bio information, what team and conference they're in, as well as all of their stats for this season. If you want to adjust what stats you're looking at, you'll have this drop down here that'll let you choose between the different stat profiles you have in your scouting reports section. Underneath the player's name in gray, you're going to see their hometown if you do want to look at those players that may be wanting to come home when they enter the transfer portal. The fact is that if you're waiting until the portal opens to start, you're going to be behind. Use our watch list feature to set yourself up for success when it opens. When I click on the drop down next to this player, you're going to have the ability to add that recruit to your overall database or to add that prospect to your watch list. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one to my watch list. You're going to see that icon pop up next to their name. And then over in our watch list tool, you're going to see that player as well. Over on the right, while you're in this tool, you have the AI button right here, which is going to give you advanced analytics on that individual player, as well as the synergy icon, which will take you straight to their synergy profile. So if you click on the AI button, this next window is going to pop up and give you those advanced analytics on that player. Once that loads for you, you can see that this report is generating. This is going to consist of our auto insights if you have that in your package, a player report, which is our overview reports, and then also a game log for that athlete. So here's JT Toppin. Down below you have our auto insights, then our overview report, as well as a game log for this prospect. Then you have the game selector over on the right if you do want to add or take away any games that you are seeing in the analytics over here. So maybe you only want to see Power 5 games for this player or only non-conference or anything like that. You can just check or uncheck any of the boxes if you want to include those games. Once you do that, just click update and your analytics will reflect the game selection that you have just made. If you want to add the recruit to your database right there, you can use the add button or you have the print button as well. Jumping back, we are going to go ahead and toggle over to our watch list tool. So once I go there, you're going to see all of the different players that I've already added to my watch list. Now you can wait and see if those players are actually going to enter the portal once it opens in March. If these players do enter the portal, you're going to get an email that will give you the update on that individual prospect. Those will come out 3 times per day once that portal opens. So you'll really be able to stay on top of all of the athletes that you have added to your watch list. Down below, you're still going to have all of their bio information as well as any stats that you'd like to look at. Once again, you can still select from your different stat profiles in your Scout templates area. And then you also have this checkbox here that will show you whether they're in the portal or not. So once they start flowing in, you'll see that P icon next to their name to denote that they are in the portal. You also have a grouping feature within your watch list to be able to see that information in a different way. So I can come down and first I can group it by division if I want. So like we showed you in the player search tool, you can search any of the different divisions, so you can break up that content however you would like. Then if I open that folder right there, I can go ahead and add a subgrouping that maybe I want to see the position, or I can change that and show class. And you can even break that down even more and add one more subgrouping and add position as well. So that will break them up into those different folders so that you can utilize that information for these prospects. If I toggle over to update log, this is going to show you how these players have entered the transfer portal chronologically once that portal does open. Once we start updating that, like I said, in March, when the portal opens, you'll be able to see more of what you're looking at in the actual transfer portal tool from the NCAA and see kind of chronologically how they have entered the portal. You'll also be able to see when it was last updated, which will happen multiple times throughout the day once that portal does open. And that is your transfer portal workflow using Just Play's player search and watch list tools.